Hey guys, in this video I'm going to walk through kind of the process of delivering files to your client using Dropbox. I'm going to go through Lightroom and Capture One because I know a lot of you guys use different stuff, and I use both systems. So I'll kind of show you what I do. It's really simple, makes life a lot easier to do it this way. You know, when I first started doing Dropbox, if people went to your Dropbox, you got like bonus space. So I got a whole bunch of space on my Dropbox. I don't know what they give you now when you start, but it's usually enough if you keep depending on how busy you are. And there's also a like a business version of it that you could get, I suppose, if you're using it a lot. If things are really huge, like singular large files, I use WeTransferred for that. But I will talk about that in another video, maybe if you guys are interested. But anyways, sorry for the crappy video. You can see I'm using my FaceTime camera here instead of using a regular camera. But we can see here that I'm in Capture One. This is the shot I did a while back with Marissa. We've got a video of this online. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put a little pop-up thing in the corner there so you guys can see this video. Really fun shooting this gold jacket. So let's say that I've already delivered, or I just did the shoot, and I picked some that I like. We'll say that maybe I like these ones. Doesn't really matter at this point. We're just doing it for sample. Depending on the model, sometimes I give them a lot more or a lot less, like I let them pick through or whatever. But let's just say that these are the ones that we picked. So we've got these images here. We really like them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Now, I already have stuff made over here in my export section. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new one to show you guys how I do it. So I hit this over here, and I'm going to, I'll just delete that one. Let's see, we're going to go over here, and I'm going to, you can duplicate too if you're working from something else, but basically I usually want to add recipe. They do give you something to start with. I'm going to call this one just Dropbox test, because I'm not going to leave this one there because I already have one that I use. So I named it, and then I'm going to go down and make some selections. I'm going to go JPEG, right? That makes the most sense. I'm going to set my color to sRGB because that's what most people want for online stuff. You could just export it full size, but that seems like overkill for a model. It's going to probably put it on Instagram or something. So what I normally do is I'll set my long edge is usually the easiest way for me to do it. I'll go pixels, and I'm going to set it to, let's say, 2500. That should be plenty. It's even big enough if they want to make a small print with it. You can set it open with if you want, like Photoshop or Illustrator or something, but I don't usually do that. I let them default it. And then I'm going to set my destination. Now, Capture One normally will send it directly to the output folder that you created when you created your session, but you can send it wherever you want. So in this case, I want to send it to Dropbox. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to choose folder. Now, I have, whenever I first start working with anything, I set up on my little sidebar here. I'm in a Mac, the various projects, so that way I know what I've got going on, and we're calling this one Marissa Gold, so you can see it there. But models is actually inside my Dropbox. If I didn't have it already, I could just go to my Dropbox and make a folder. But since I already have my models folder, I've got a bunch of folders here already, but I want to make a new one for this, and I'm going to call this one Dropbox test. Again, I'm going to call it something that I want to call it for my video. Create, set as output folder. Now, there's a couple of different ways you could do this. What I could have done was as I was going through this, I could have just hit, walk through, and as I see them, I could just export them one at a time by hitting that, and it would just drop automatically in that folder. Like if I just go that one image, you can see it processed out. But if I want to do a whole bunch at once, you just select a bunch like that, and then I'm going to hit process, and we can see over here it's cranking them out. It gives you the amount of time that it's going to take. It's pretty fast, depending on what you're doing and how many you have to do. So now that we've done that, if I go back to that folder, which is going to be over here, models, right? Dropbox test. You can see it's uploading to Dropbox right now. Basically, the next step here is I'm going to right-click on it, and you can see I've got share, copy Dropbox, link, and view on Dropbox.com. Share will, if they have Dropbox, this is the best way to do it because they can add it to their Dropbox and they can adjust it, especially if it's clients and stuff. If it's a one-time, they're just going to take it. I'll hit copy Dropbox link, and what that does is it copies it. You can see there, copied it to my clipboard. Then I just go into an email or something, and I can send it to the client. And I usually say in my email, hey, I'm going to leave this here for 2 weeks. That's all the time you got. Download it, or else it's going to be gone. So that way I don't fill my Dropbox up with stuff. Again, if it's somebody I'm working with, like I work with Adorama, I'll use a share the folder. That way they can add and delete as I need. Okay, so that's capture one. Okay, so now we're in Lightroom. So basically, if you've seen the video I did before where how do I edit my photos down, you can see I'm already down to 5 stars over here. You can see if I did this, you see all the ones from that outfit are already sorted out. Anyways, 5 stars, we know we want to do this, so I'm going to select these. Now I'm going to go into export down here, and I'm going to create a basically a macro, for lack of a better word. So I'm going to say specific folder. I'm going to go over here, choose, and I'm going to pick where I want it, right? So I'm going to go back to that models folder that's in my Dropbox, because that's where I want it to go. And I'm not going to make a folder for Cadence right now, because if I do, then every time it'll say that. So I'm going to go choose. Then I'm going to come down and set what I want it to do. Do I want to rename them? I don't generally want that to be in there. But again, I want it to be a JPEG, sRGB, the highest quality. I'm going to resize long edge, 2500 pixels, just like before. Don't enlarge, I always leave on, which is nice to have, just in case you happen to crop in or something. I usually don't leave don't sharpen it, or that's up to you how you want to do that. I generally leave all metadata on, but if you're paranoid, you can remove stuff and just say copyright only. But once you've got it figured out, by the way, this watermark, don't do that if you're sending it to the models. That's just cheesy. You can make it so it opens up or whatever, but I don't really use that for this particular one. What I'm going to do now is, since we've got this thing set up as far as we want to put it, I'm going to hit add, and I'll just call it Dropbox test. Again, I'm calling it the same thing as before. Now, when I actually go to use this thing, I'm going to hit put in subfolder, and I'm going to put in the name, Cadence in this case. I'm going to go like this, everything's good. And now if I wanted to change something, hey, I know Cadence, I'm not worried about it, I can say all metadata, or you know what, I don't trust this person, let me throw a watermark on there. You know, that's the kind of stuff you want to do at the last minute. So we got that, I hit export, boom. We can see up here in our kind of working screen, they're going in. And if I wish to hit this, we'll go back to here. We can see the Cadence folder is there, and they're actually coming in one at a time like that. And again, same process to share them. Now, the reason why I just go right to Dropbox with these is because these are small files, right, guys? What I'm going to ultimately do is after the models take their files, I'm going to just delete them from Dropbox. All I really want is the raw files. I don't need to have a bunch of JPEGs that are resized, because I can do this anytime they ask me for a picture. And then that way too, if they want something, they're like, oh, I need something for my Instagram, or I want to make a print, I can just export it fresh, the right size. That's how I do it. It's really easy. It doesn't take that long. And actually, even at this moment, while these are still uploading, I can go over here and I can send her the link right away. You know, I just text it to her or whatever, and she's good to go. And then after a little bit, I just take them and delete them out of the Dropbox, and they're gone. Like, here we go. Boom, those will go right on my Dropbox. Now Marissa can't get those photos anymore. So those are gone. It keeps it nice and easy. And then once I'm done with the project, I'll go over here and I'll remove it from the sidebar. And then I usually leave that one there, but then I know I'm done, right? Easy as that. Super simple, guys. Hopefully that's helpful. Try not to linger on it too much. It's pretty easy. Like I said, if you're exporting larger files and you want to put them in the Dropbox, then just put it in a folder on your hard drive wherever you want them to be. But I never really see a reason for keeping the all the exported photos. As long as you have the raw files and you have the catalog that you did them with, you can always re-export. It takes up way less space. You know, back in the day when exporting took forever, we used to export them in all different sizes and stuff, but now, you know, it's so easy. And it would capture one especially, which is nice. I can create a couple of different macros, like a larger one, a smaller one, or whatever, and then export them all at once. Just walk away, done. So hopefully that's helpful, guys. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Leave some comments. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. Yeah, and you can watch the videos again. I'll put them here at the end screens too, to see the videos that we shot these, and I'll put the editing one in there too for you guys. So thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you next time.